Welcome back to the LowCountry Report. South Carolina's Attorney General has joined the nationwide investigation into allegations that mortgage companies mishandled documents and broke laws while foreclosing on hundreds of thousands of homeowners. One area of concern is the work of so-called mortgage robo-signers, employees of lending institutions who have approved foreclosures without reading documents. Here to talk about how this investigation impacts our local real estate market is James Wedgeworth. James, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
Well, what about it? Is the fact that the state attorneys general have joined together to launch this investigation had any impact on our market here?
Well, I don't know that it does. First of all, I think there's a lot of information on this. Somebody asked me the other day, what percentage of the people on Hilton Head that have had their homes foreclosed on want to stay in their homes? Would you like to guess what that percent is, Allie?
Well, I could cheat because you told me already, so I'll just let you give the answer.
Okay. Basically, what we found nationwide and also here on Hilton Head is, well, the way the press has framed this, you got these big bad banks and they're running out and they're grabbing people out of their homes and pulling them out in the street and say, we're taking over your homes. First of all, I haven't seen that happen on Hilton Head. Most of the foreclosure homes we've seen, the people don't want the homes because they paid $800,000 for them, they owe $600,000, and the house is worth $450,000 to $500,000. So they're going back to the bank and say, here, have this. We don't want it. Please take this toxic asset off our hands. So it's not as bad as some of these attorney generals think. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me, but what I'm wondering then is why, if it's not that bad, would institutions like the Bank of America and JP Chase have called for a temporary halt to moving forward with their foreclosures unless they were concerned that some things weren't copacetic?
Well, there's probably some minor problems here. You know, you talk about robo-signers, meaning they sign the documents without reading. That would apply to our Congress. They sign laws every day without reading them. So I don't want to get in a battle over whether the laws that people read the paperwork or not. Yeah, I'm sure there were some technical problems that a few of the banks had. Not all the banks have those problems, and I think Bank of America and Chase, JP Morgan, these guys, what they're doing is they're just going back checking to make sure everything is done properly. The real question I have is, who's the bad guy in this deal, Allie?
Well, I don't know if I have an answer for you either, James, or maybe you do, but what's interesting is I know, just to update my statement is, I know Bank of America has said we're going to move forward now in I think at least 22 or 28 states, so they're already back to processing paperwork for foreclosures. I guess my question is, we're hearing talk now of a national halt on foreclosures. That can't be great news.
Well, first of all, it's not going to happen. My question is, who's the bad guy? If a guy buys a house, signs a mortgage, doesn't make his mortgage payments, lives in the house for 3 years without making a mortgage payment, when he leaves, he takes the stove, the refrigerator, the appliances, the ceiling fans, and everything that's not nailed down, and then doesn't pay, is the bank the bad guy? It appears to me that maybe the bad guy is the guy that didn't pay his bills. And most of the foreclosures I've seen, the bank hadn't thrown anybody out. They left. You talk to the bankers that get sets of keys left in this night deposit box with the note saying, here's your house. Well, so there's more of that going on than people that are wanting to stay in their homes.
Well, then I guess we have to wrap it up. But my last question for you would be, are you, though, concerned with the impact that this attention, has garnered from the media about this issue? Are you concerned that it will have a negative impact?
No, I don't think so at all. It only applies to a few banks in a few states, and I personally think it's a whole lot to do about nothing, if you want my personal opinion.
Well, it's always great to hear what you think, James Wedgeworth, and we appreciate your time in coming into the LowCountry Report.
It's always a pleasure being here.
Thank you.